What is good, Tsla family? It's Ray J back with another video, and in this one, I want to break down some very important levels to be watching for on Tesla, SPY, Nvda, and the QQQ, and a couple of other tickers. I also want to break down what's happening with the world right now. We have some very, very big news that came out over the weekend, how this could end up affecting the markets as time goes on. But before I break anything down with all this information, before I get into any more details, let me just mention a couple of things. I'm firstly not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link, which is down below and in the description. If you sign up for Moomoo, the link down below, and deposit $100 into the account, you are guaranteed up to 5 free stocks. Now, this offer ends in just about 6 days, so check it out before they run out. Anyways, let's break down what's going on with the market. So, over the weekend, we had some very, very big news that came out as we saw Israel being attacked by a very important group, and this led to just this very, very horrible situation where Israel had to declare war because of it. And with these airstrikes and these attacks that went on, this is not good for anyone. My heart goes out to anyone that's suffering, any families and any people who are in just horrible, horrible situations. And I really want the best for everyone. And the large majority of people on this planet, the people in the situation, want peace. And that's what we all hope for, but peace looks like it's a long way away. So, with all the things going on, it's going to affect the world, it's going to affect the markets. And I just wanted to discuss that very quickly in this video. But please know that above all of this, it's very important to remember that innocent lives are going to be lost, and innocent lives are the ones that are going to be some of the biggest costs of wars just like this. Anyways, how is this going to affect the markets? I want to talk about this in just a few minutes. One thing worth remembering is that the future of oil could once again show signs of crude oil just going up. We're already starting to see this. This is affecting crude oil, and this could lead to even more expensive prices for the entire global stage. Especially here in the US, we could even see a surge in oil because of it. And this could make gas prices go up even more, possibly. Additionally, I just wanted to start off from the top right here. Today is Monday, which is Columbus Day, okay? So the bonds market is closed today. Now, what that means is that the equities market is open. So that means like the S&P 500, Tesla, these stocks are open for trading today, but the bonds market is closed. That means the real move, the real reaction we're going to see is going to happen tomorrow. All right, that's when the real big move should be coming. And for today, the market is still going to make a big move. Of course, it still could make a big move, but that's not going to be as significant or as big until the bonds market is open, in my opinion. Now, for now, there are going to be important levels to watch for, but with these geopolitical tensions rising, it's going to have a very, very big effect on how the market moves. And that's why I just wanted to mention that wars in general, they tend to be positive for the stock market, at least for like the longer term and the medium term. The initial reaction, like right now by SPY and all these different equities, it could be in either direction. It could still be very nuanced for the time being. But for like the more medium term, this tends to be more positive for the stock market. I know it's not what you want to hear. It's not what people maybe expect, but you have to remember that because unfortunately, war is also a business. And a lot of these companies can make a lot of money in the process of it. It's unfortunate to look at war that way, but it is the harsh reality of the situation. And there are other reasons as well, but I just wanted to call that out. Now, there's another UAW strike that's going on. They're once again continuing after rejecting another tentative agreement that was supposed to be signed on Sunday, but they rejected it and they're continuing to go on strike. That's pretty much it for the news. Everything's kind of built around Israel. So, what does this mean for the markets? Let me just mention that the market is very indecisive, but the dollar is starting to go up a little bit, which is what we expect, and that's nothing like out of the ordinary. The dollar is holding up. If the dollar keeps going, if it tries to fill like this gap up here and keeps pushing, that could become a bearish signal for the stock market. But nothing is guaranteed just yet, as the dollar is still indecisive. So now, what about Tesla, SPY, and all these different tickers? Well, I just wanted to mention that for Tesla, we're very indecisive. We're going back and forth, not really picking a direction just yet. If Tesla breaks below its critical support at 254, there is potential for it to retest the 252s, and if that fails, this 250 is going to be on the table. If Tesla bounces and breaks above 257.5, then 258, that's going to be a resistance zone. We could push towards 260. Right now, we're just going back and forth between 256 to 25. I'm sorry, like 257, just under that to about 255. we're just pretty much stuck. We're not really doing anything. It's been stuck like this all day. So we're going to be watching to see which way it breaks. Do we break below 254 for a more bearish move? Or has the market managed to bounce and break above 258? Does Tesla manage to do that to get a rebound? Now, on the 4-hour time frame, the MACD has a bearish cross on its PPO. And this trend is looking a little bit more in favor of the bears, just a tiny bit more in favor of the bears because of the dollar surging. But nothing is guaranteed just yet until we see a break. All right, so watch those levels very carefully on Tesla. That is going to determine which way the market moves because we have a very unique situation with this war going on. Wars are generally bullish for the medium to longer term, but for the short term, the reaction could be very much in either direction just to start us off. When it comes to SPY, we're also quite indecisive. If we break above 428, there is potential for this thing to start pushing to fill this gap towards the higher 429s, almost 430. If we break below 426, this thing is going to be sinking towards 424 most likely. Now, the PPO right now is turning a bit more bearish. We're losing lots of steam right now. So it does favor the bears a little bit more because of the dollar, but this is going to depend on which way we break. So I have to watch this very carefully. We're also sandwiched between our 50 and 20 EMA on SPY. If we break the 50 EMA, like I said before, this 428 resistance zone, we could be pushing for 430. If we break below our 20 EMA at 426, I could see 424 coming. So watch it very carefully. We're completely indecisive going back and forth for now. Whichever way breaks will determine which way this market moves, so watch it very carefully. Now, Apple's a little bit stronger than the market. It's trying to push up just a little bit. It's getting very close to filling this gap. If Apple pushes a little bit, you're going to be watching resistance at 177.5. If we reject off this 20 EMA again, just like how we did on Friday, and also like not too long ago, the 200 EMA has been some critical resistance. This thing could also come right back down. We're losing some momentum on the PPO, so there is some bearish momentum developing on it, but it's not that strong just yet. So watch Apple make an attempt to try to fill this gap, and we'll see if this thing could break or not. If it breaks 178, that's going to be bullish. The market could bounce. If it fails at the 200 EMA at 177.56, this thing could start rejecting and it could start slowing down. Now, 174.78 is a critical resistance. This 174 zone, support. If we lose that, the market could turn a lot more bearish. So make sure you watch that very carefully on Apple, this 174 area. If that breaks, there could be more downside coming for this, which could drag the market down. For the QQQ, okay, completely indecisive. It's not really picking a direction. It's been stuck, just like SPY and the S&P 500. It's completely stuck. If we break and hold this 362.5 resistance zone, I could see this thing pushing and making an attempt for about three. Did I say 3.5? I meant 362.5. If we break that, so then there's going to be potential for about 364.5. If we break below 361-ish, basically 361, we're going to be testing this 360 support. Okay. If 360 breaks, then this thing has more potential for downside into like the 357 area. There is potential for more downside. So watch resistance at 362.5. Watch support at 360. Look at which way we break. The reason why I'm calling it out like this is because we're completely indecisive. We're going back and forth and back and forth. There's no real direction just yet. So we'll watch and see what the QQQ does. It is even more indecisive than many other tickers out there. Nvidia, same thing. We have the support at the 20 EMA is bouncing off of this. Watch 445.77 as support. If that fails, watch 442. If that fails, watch 440, followed by the 437.5 area if all of them break. Now we're getting very close to a bearish cross in the PPO, so this does favor the bears a bit more on Nvidia. But just to be safe, watch resistance as well. If we manage to hold above 450, if we hold above 450.6 and we don't really break below it, I could see Nvidia going for a push up for about 454.8 if we manage to hold 450.6. So watch this 450 zone as resistance. Watch support at 445.77. We're very indecisive right now. It's favoring the bears a little bit more looking at this candle and also the PPO. So there is a risk of it potentially coming down. But watch that 445.77 area for confirmation. If we break that, 442 is going to be on the table. All right. So watch those levels very carefully on Nvidia. And just remember the VIX right now, I think the VIX is open. It's still holding up quite decently. So if the VIX, gets this bounce and starts pushing up, That could be another signal this market could see some downside, but it's kind of flat right now. The dollar, however, is up a little bit. We're going to be watching to see if the dollar continues to push up. It's getting very close to a bullish cross on the PPO right here on the 4-hour time frame. That could be a bearish signal if we get a follow through. We haven't seen it just yet, so be very patient. I think that's pretty much it for the dollar. That's pretty much it for the market for the time being. So watch these levels carefully. We will see which way we break as we get an initial reaction. And don't forget that the real bigger reaction may actually happen tomorrow because the bonds market is closed for today. All right, guys. So thank you for listening. Watch these levels carefully. I wish the best and safety for everyone out there. I hope you use this as a time to remember how privileged you may or may not be, whether you're in the US or not, or any other country. Please stay safe, guys. I respect everyone, and I really want the best for everyone out there. Thank you for listening. I'll see you guys very soon, and peace out.